Everybody, so this is an update on the case. This is regarding the October 21st, 2025 hearing. I did some research and I found out yesterday exactly what the bond was for. Basically, when there's a lawsuit, I guess, and somebody goes to appeal that lawsuit, if the opposing party won the lawsuit and they're expecting payment, then that person can request a bond if the other person asks for a motion to stay. In other words, if there's a lawsuit and somebody wins the lawsuit and the person that lost appeals the lawsuit, then if they ask for a motion to stay until the appeal of the case is heard, then the other person, I believe, can ask for a bond to be put on that motion to stay, and the court can decide whether or not a bond is needed. The purpose of the bond is to ask the person that got sued to put some money down, basically, so they can guarantee payment if they lose the appeal. And basically, our former attorney, Philip, he's trying not to pay the bond, and we don't think he should have to pay a bond. We don't think he should have to pay anything, to be honest, because they're literally suing him for doing his job. Anyway, that's what he's fighting for right now in court. And not only that, Trustee Lynn Marie Adams is using my sister's money to collect payment. Now, this one doesn't make sense to me. She's trying to sue him personally for personal loss. She didn't pay those legal fees for herself. Kim did. And this is what happened. She went to the court and asked the court to give her like $25,000 to pay for the appeal costs with Philip appealed the court's bad decision making around last year. And then since then, from my understanding, she spent at least over $100,000 of Kim's money to defend her wrongdoing. And there's a law in Michigan, from what I've seen, that says when a fiduciary get a lawyer for themselves, it's only for that fiduciary. Therefore, Kim shouldn't have to pay a dime to defend her wrongdoing. So she literally using my sister's money that's in the trust to protect herself and for her wrongdoing, right? And then what she's doing with that is she's now suing Philip to pay that money back, but she's saying it was a personal loss, which wasn't true. So, like, say she got $25,000 out of the account, right, to pay for her personal loss or whatever. Sorry, the dogs are making noise. But say she got $25,000 out of the account under Judge David Braxton, which she did, and she got beyond that to pay for the appeal, right? And then she won the appeal, which was some bullshit, by the way, but I put that on the video. She wins, and then she goes to try to collect payment. Not only do she want to collect payment from Phil for personal loss, as if she paid out of her pocketbook, but she wants to use Kim's money to take the steps to collect the money. In other words, like, she got to get extra attorneys to try to get him to pay. Like, she got to get extra attorneys to go to appeal court because he appealed the court decision to get him to pay. She wants to use Kim's money for that. So she used Kim's money to fight against Kim, basically. Her money wasn't used for Kim's benefit. It's being used for Lynn's benefit to hurt Kim. So she went to court, got Kim's money out of the account to pay the attorney fees and whatnot to 3 law firms on different appeals because she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. And then after one particular appeal, the appeal court, the Court of Appeals or whatever, got mad at our attorney Phil for doing his job and asking him to actually look at the case. Because I remember at the beginning of that hearing, one of the judges commented and said they about to get ready to retire. So they're looking forward to retiring more than they're actually doing their damn job. So, and then they basically acted like there was lawyers for the opposing party. They were saying there was a conflict of interest when it wasn't. And then they asked him, did he have proof? He was like, yeah, I got like 5,000 emails. And I'm like, how you expect to provide 5,000 emails at the hearing? You should have given him a continuance or something to bring at least some of those emails. He shouldn't have to bring off 5,000, but some emails to show there was no conflict of interest. And then they said he laughed. I don't remember him laughing. Of course, he got frustrated because they didn't want to do their job. Like, I was getting frustrated too, but I don't remember him laughing at all. And because of that, they filed a complaint on him to the Attorney's Grievance Commission, and they still asking him questions. That complaint was filed like in January. It's October. They still asking him questions. And also, they said that the opposing party could go back to probate court and sue him for damages for fictitious appeals when the appeals are not fictitious. And that's where the whole thing came from, where he asked for a motion to stay because he's appealing the decision of the probate court to pay them money. And then, like I said, my issue with that, I have several. One, he didn't do anything wrong, so he shouldn't have to pay anything. Two, if he asked for a motion to stay, they shouldn't try to get a bond on him because, again, he didn't do anything. And three, Lynn didn't pay out of her personal account to pay for these attorneys. She used Kim's money to pay out of her personal account. And the way she phrased it, it's as if she expects Phil to take his personal money, pay her, and then not pay Kim anything back. Mind you, Kim did not want her up there, nor did she want her to sue Phil. She didn't want to sue Phil. She didn't want them taking money out of her account to defend wrongdoing. Because she kept saying, why do I have to pay when she's the one messing up? Get her own attorney, pay her own money. Right? But then, like, she sit up there, took money out of Kim's account to pay for her wrongdoing. And then when the court said she's allowed to sue Phil and allowed to win a lawsuit, she wanted to treat it as if it's her personal funds that were dipped in when it wasn't. It was Kim's funds that she dipped in. She had business dipped in the first place. If anything, she should have spent her own money on those attorneys. She got 3 law firms so she could keep hurting my sister over and over again. You gotta be a sick individual or a stupid individual at the same time to think that people not gonna see this and see through this, one. And two, to go out of your way to hurt somebody with disabilities. I don't care how much money you could think you could get out of them. You gotta be a sick individual to do that. And people like that needs to be stopped. She needs to be disbarred. She needs to be put in jail. Because to me, that's like committing fraud. You're saying like you was personally affected by what Philip did. Well, one, you was doing wrong. Two, you didn't even pay your money out. But you expect Philip to pay you back personally as if you spent your money when you didn't.